Welcome to our weekly Mitzvot Shabbos program. Today is Rosh Chodesh Nisan, Chodesh HaGeula, a month of redemption, the month of Yetzias Mitzrayim, and B'schus Noshim Tzidkonius Nigalu Aviseinu MiMitzrayim. The merit of Jewish women, we were redeemed from Mitzrayim. Now, the truth of the matter is, I don't know why we don't give enough credit to women before Pesach. The cleaning, the preparation, the cooking for Pesach that they do, Zehoroven, so I think they deserve credit. And we know that the Rebbe encouraged and valued and respected, recognized very much Jewish women. So today, I want to dedicate this program to Noshim Tzidkonius, to Jewish women. But I will start with a question that women asked the Rebbe, and the Rabbi answered. But before I'll say the question, I want to say as a Maimer Amuzger, I think it was by Yechidus, but I'm not sure, maybe it was by dollars, that a woman said to the Rebbe, that Alter Rebbe made from Misnagdim to Chsidim. The Alter Rebbe made from Misnagdim to Chsidim. The Mittel Rebbe made young people for Chsidim. The Tzemach Tzedek made Rabbonim Chsidim. The Rebbe Maharash made businessmen Chsidim. The Rebbe Rashab made Bochrim Chsidim. The Freyedike Rebbe Rayatz, made children Chsidim. And you made women for Chsidim. That's what she said to the Rebbe. So let me just start with a question that women had, a very important question. It seems, they said, men stand higher than women, meaning that they're not equal. Men and women are not equal. And I will quote what they wrote. Why is the standard of learning for girls not the same as for men? We know the girls are not the same. They're learning. Why? So maybe they're not equal. Maybe they're lower. Also, they said, we know that men say every morning, Baruch Atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, Shaloi osani isho. Thank God you didn't make me for a woman. That means that they're thanking God that they're not women. So women are lower than men. Now, I will tell you why I chose to speak about this, about women today. I'll say in a minute. But first, let me just a short answer that the Rebbe answered them. I'll read the answer. The Rebbe said like this: not that girls lack the qualifications to elevate themselves to that standard of knowledge. It's that the Eibishter, God, awarded them a more important and higher responsibility. A greater task and obligation is to prepare the future generation. The education of young boys and girls in the Jewish spirit. Her obligation is to become the Akeres Habayis. So to fulfill the fullest extent, the Torah exempted them from learning Torah. So men learn Torah, and women are home, and they take care of the home. Keres Habayis. Meaning that Akeres Habayis is equal to learning Torah. Men learn Torah, they take care of the home. This is what the Rebbe answered. There is a concept by some religious people, and especially Chassidim, not Chabad, other Chassidim, that they have this thought that women are not in the same level as men. Why am I saying this? 2 weeks ago, I was invited to Farbrengen out of town, not in Crown Heights, in a shul, Shabbos. That was my mother's yahrzeit. Her name was Chana. My mother's name is Chana. And there were Chassidim, there were Satmar Chassidim, and there were Vishnitz Chassidim, and Bobev Chassidim, and Gerer Chassidim, and Belz Chassidim, and there were also Litvish. It was quite a crowd. And they asked me to say a few words. Since my mother's name is Chana, so I started to say a word for them. The Rebbe once said in a letter, we say every Friday night, Sheker Achein vehevel hayofi isho yiras Hashem hit is halal. False is the favor, beauty is nothing. Isho yiras Hashem, a woman that has fear of the Eibishter, she should be praised. So the question is, hevel hayofi sheker achein. The Gemara says that all Jewish women are beautiful. So why is it sheker? Why is hevel hayofi? And besides, if not beauty, we would never have the miracle of Purim. Esther Amalka was beautiful, so Achashverosh married her. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a nes. And if beauty is nothing, is not important, why does the Torah say Sarah was Yifas Toyar, Rivka was Yifas Toyar, Rachel was Yifas Toyar, even Leah, she cried because she thought she would marry Esau. But it says that even Leah was Yifas Toyar. So how can you say Hevel HaYofi? So the Rebbe answered, this is a letter to a woman in Russia. I don't know why, but that's... So the Rebbe answered like this. Sheker hachein. Hachein is Hey Ches Nun. The same letters as Chana. My mother's name is Chana, so I mentioned that. A woman has 3 mitzvahs that the Eibishter gave her. Hachein. Hey is Hadlokas Haneres, lighting candles. Ches is Chalo. And Nun is Nido. Sheker hachein. When the Hey is Sheker, Hey means lighting candles, is false. False doesn't mean, the Rebbe says there, that she doesn't light candles. The Rebbe explained what Sheker means, but I don't want to go into that. Sheker means here, it's not important. She doesn't do it with an emes. As the Frierdiker Rebbe said, chaplap. She lights candles Friday. She does it fast because she has to do it. But it's not important. At the moment that a woman lights candles and she covers her eyes and she asks the Eibishter for bone chaye u'mezeina levicha, children, nachas, panosa, health. That's the highest moment. But it's sheker. It's not that important. She just makes a bracha. She stands there a half a minute. If, Rabbi says, if that's sheker, or challah, the Eibishter told her, they gave her this challah that she takes a piece of dough and she separates, she makes a bracha, and she makes challah. And at the moment that she makes challah, many women ask for shidduchim for other people. It's a very holy time. Why does she make challah? We have to make challah. And she goes to the store and she buys challah. It's not important, the bracha, the extra bracha that Eibishter gave her. If that's sheker or nido, she goes to the mikveh. But the preparation is important. The learning of Hilchas Taras HaMishpacha. But by her, she goes to the mikveh. She doesn't even know what she's doing. It's just by her, it's pashut. Going to the mikveh brings children, gesunte Kinder, the Rebbe writes over there. But by her, it's sheker. If these things are sheker, then hevel hayofi, then beauty is nothing. Why? Because Isha Yiras Hashem hitis halal. A woman that fears the Eibishter, she should be praised. Because beauty is temporary. Today your nose is this. In 10 years, in 20 years, your nose changes and you're different. But the inner beauty, so that's what I mean, Shakar Achein, Vevel HaYofi. And this was, I told him the word at the Farbringen. So some people said to me, they were in Streimlach, Sidim, very nice people, said, by a Kiddush passt nicht reden wegen Weiber. People don't speak about women by a Kiddush. I said, what do you mean? I mean, talking about the Torah speaks about women. And then they said to me, a question, why does the Rebbe, the only Rebbe that speaks to women, no Rebbe speaks to women. They say the Rebbe Rayatz spoke to women, a few women, but as the way the Rebbe does it, no Rebbe ever did it, even Chabad. So at that I answered them, I said, because the Rebbe learned from Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, before he got the Torah, it says, the Eibishter told him to speak to women. And not only that, Israel, they should have an influence on the men. So now, before Mashiach, the Rebbe, the last Rebbe, he speaks to women. He does what the Moshe Rabbeinu spoke before Matan Torah, and the Rebbe speaks before the coming of the Mashiach. So this is what I told him. Now, since that Farbringen was Purim time, so I said to them that Goyim feel that men are higher level than women. This is not a Jewish concept. This is not Torah. Torah, they're equal. Different ways, but they're equal. There's no higher or lower. Men are higher than women. So I said to them, to support him, I said to them, Haman and Zeresh were married. Haman was the husband, Zeresh was the wife. Some Meforshim say that Mordechai and Esther were also husband and wife. But there is a difference between a husband and wife of a Goy and a husband and wife of a Yid. Haman, Mispar Cotton. Hey is 5, Mem is 4, and Nun is 5. That's 14. His wife Zeresh, Zayin Reishin, 7, 2, and 3, is 12. 14 and 12 is 26. That is Shem Havaya. Yudke Vovke is 26. But Haman is 14 and Zeresh is 12. Mordechai and Esther, Mordechai is, Mem is 4, Reish Dalet Chof Yud, 42421 is 13. Esther, Aleph Samach, Tov Reish, 1642 is 13. They're both 13. How much does that amount to? 26 Shem Havaya. The Goyim have Shem Havaya and the Yidden have Shem Havaya. But the difference is, the Goyim, by them, a man is higher than a woman. He has 14. But by Yidden, it's equal, 13 and 13. And that's why the priests don't get married because they feel that women are something else. And besides, Chava is Eim Kol Chai, I mentioned once, the mother of all living. But by them, Chava comes, they call Chava Eve. But then a woman is evil, that's why priests don't get married, because a woman is a second class. In any case, so this is the mile of a woman. Then I say in Tanakh, it says there are 7 Nevios: Soreh, Miriam, Devorah, Chana, Abigail, Huldah, and Esther. Soreh was superior to Avram. It says, Koil asher omar Soreh, Shma b'koilo, listen to her. This is Torah. B'schus nashim tzidkonius, women went out of, people went out of Mitzrayim, the merit of women. Before David gave the Torah, he said to Moshe, Kaiseimar, Lebeis Yaakov, speak to women. Women had nothing to do with the Egel. Women were more generous than men by building the Mishkan. And they had a leading part in the miracle of Chanukah and Purim. And in the Jewish history, Bechlal, women face death just as men. But when a Jew makes a blessing, Shalo Yasani Isha, that men say, thank God, didn't make me for a woman. Why? When they say that, they don't say it with a feeling of, because they're superior than men. They don't do that. That's not because they're superior. The Rebbe says. And here I will read to you what the Rabbi Mindel wrote. The Rebbe looked it over, a lot of Haggohs on that. Why we say, Shaloi Osani Isho. And I want to read inside, so I shouldn't. And the Rebbe made Haggohs, the Rebbe corrected everything. So this is the words of the Rebbe. There he writes like this. In nature, the husband brings parnasa, while the wife takes care of the home and children. He is the mashpia, and she is the makabel. That's the nature. This is a very complicated task. You need skills, you need patience, you need understanding, and many high qualities. When Hashem gave to women, what Hashem gave to women, a husband does not have these qualities and skills. So because of these qualities, Rabbi Mindel writes, the Rebbe corrected a lot. The Torah exempted the Jewish woman from obligation to fulfill certain mitzvahs. She's equal with her husband to fulfill and observe all the mitzvahs aseh and mitzvahs lois aseh. The 365 aseh and 248 lois aseh. However, in regard to the positive mitzvahs aseh, Jewish women is excused from fulfillment of some of them, mainly those which have a time factor or limit, out of consideration for her important wifely duties. Therefore, the Jewish woman is privileged than underprivileged. However, the male Jew who has not been given the special privileges enjoyed by Jewish women has something to compensate for them, namely the opportunity to commune with God more frequently through the fulfillment of those mitzvahs from which Jewish woman is exempt. And it's for this reason, for the opportunity to serve God with these additional mitzvahs, that the male says a bracha, Baruch Atah Hashem, Shalo Yasani Isha. That's why. But they're equal. But they have this mitzvahs. And now, before the coming of Mashiach, where it says that Mashiach will come, it says Nekeva, Soivet Gever, women will be in a higher level. So now the Rebbe speaks to women, because now we have to get ready for Mashiach. And as the Arizal says, that Friday we should taste something of Shabbos. It's Erev Shabbos. So now, since it's Erev Mashiach, so women have a big responsibility in this world, and that's why the Rebbe picked up women and the Rebbe made women a something which is very, very high level, and that's the important of women. So we should know that women are equal, and I spoke to them about it, Baruch Hashem, and they accepted it, and this is all from the Rebbe. So that's why today I want to mention this. It's already Chodesh Nisan. We're already the last day yesterday of the Chodesh Adar. So I thought I would mention this today. In Mitzvah Hashem, next week we will have a program, but after that, 2 weeks we're not going to have a program because it's Pesach, and then we'll begin again after Pesach. Mitzvah next week you'll join us with next program. Thank you.